Okay, so I am angry about something and I'm going to ask you for your help with it, especially if you live in California. So you guys know that I live in Los Angeles, right? And that the recent fires here hit very close to home. And I mean, literally. My house was just a few miles from the Eaton fire. I have loads of friends who lost homes and so many more friends who still can't go home because of the smoke damage and toxins. The world has mostly moved on, but here in LA, we are still very much not okay. That's not just because of the trauma, it is because of the literal cost of this catastrophe. These wildfires, which killed at least 27 people and burned down more than 15,000 structures, are going to cost California something like $250 billion. They are now one of the most destructive and expensive fire disasters in U.S. history. Now, as someone who's lived here for over 20 years, I know California. I know fires, and these fires are different. They're worse, they're more destructive, and they are all the time now. I've literally, in my lifetime, watched them go from an occasional thing to a constant, terrifying threat. Why? Because of climate change. And climate change, of course, is fueled by the burning of fossil fuels. And again, this isn't rocket science. Heat trapping emissions warm the air. We get more drought, we have more heat, and that stokes these dangerous fires. So these mega fires, they are thanks to big oil. This is what makes me so mad, because big oil has known about the catastrophic damages that fossil fuels would cause since the 1950s, and they've lied to the public about them to protect their profits. Speaking of which, ExxonMobil and Chevron made $57 billion in profits last year alone, all while exploiting tax loopholes worth hundreds of millions. These same companies spent decades burying climate science and funding disinformation campaigns. It's literally disgusting. And it makes you wonder, why aren't they paying for the costs of these disasters? Why should taxpayers have to bear the burden? We're already dealing with the home insurance crisis that's also fueled by climate change. State Farm alone has canceled 69% of policies in fire-prone areas. California families are already at their breaking point. So what can we do about it? New York just showed us. They just passed groundbreaking climate superfund legislation requiring major polluters to contribute $75 billion towards climate damages. And now California has introduced similar legislation. So please sign a petition to lawmakers demanding they pass it. This is simply fair play, folks. It's like a you break it, you buy it kind of situation. Fossil fuel companies have knowingly wrecked our climate to line their pockets. We just want them to pay for the mess they made. If you agree and you live in California, please sign the petition and share it with everyone you know. Because either polluters pay or we do. And I know which one I pick.